Hello, welcome to When the Smoke Clears. I am the Recovery Plug. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing good. Man, it's been a couple of days since I posted a video, and today I'm back. Man, I was under the weather a little bit, and yeah, so I been gone for a couple of days, and out for a couple of days actually. I got 9 teeth pulled out, man. Can you believe that? Man, I was hurting. You know what I mean? So that's why I hadn't posted in a few days. Yeah, I got to the dentist, man. They took 9 freaking teeth out, man. So it was tough, but I'm back nonetheless. And I wanted to get back as soon as I could, man, just so I could post a video. But one of the things that, has helped me is in dealing with stuff like that is the pain. Dealing with the pain was meditating. And I want to get a little bit into that but before we get started, I want to, if we could, just have a moment of silence followed by a serenity prayer for the addict who still suffers. That's, how I like to always do that. So if you would, please, a moment of silence. God, grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, wisdom to know the difference. Alrighty, well, let's get started. Yeah, man, so let me take these darn glasses off. It was been a pretty tough couple of days, man. My freaking mouth. I mean, I was in pain bad, but one of the things that that I have found to help with the pain and with just things in general that I go through life. You know what I mean? In just dealing with everyday situations and whether it was the cravings through the addiction, or just feeling depressed, or something that I thought about that brought up some PTSDs or anything like that, right? Meditating has really been helpful in that, and that's one of those things that I like to call that I loaded up in my recovery arsenal is meditation. And one of the types of meditation that I've been doing is meditating with crystals and rocks. And I'm going to show you a couple of the crystals that I use. I use these crystals right here, and these are rose quartz crystals. Let's see if you can see that. See that stuff? These are the crystals that I use. These right here. There's clear crystals and rose quartz crystals. And then my favorite crystal of all, man, is this one here. And this is my big crystal that I use. This thing right here. And I found this, and I believe that it's when I found it, first thing I thought about was a tomahawk, a native indigenous tomahawk. And you could see these lines here, like where they had maybe this handle here, and you could see where they even have these lines where probably they were tying some, to tie the handle to this thing. You know what I mean? In other words, it was probably looking like this. You know what I mean? It was like that, and I mean, you could just throw this thing, but this is the crystal that I use to meditate with, and man, this thing really works. And I wanted to let me set this down because I wanted to read this thing to you. When I meditated with it the other day, I got deep into meditation, and I wanted to read to you what I felt after the meditation. And this was, mind you, this was a meditation that lasted probably about 45 minutes. And it was, what I did is I prep myself for meditation. You know what I mean? I get in the most comfortable spot as I can, and I'm lying down. And what I do is I put these crystals on my chest, by my heart, and on my forehead, by my third eye chakra, right? And I get into this meditative state where I breathe in through my nostrils and out through my mouth. Heavy breaths, about 8 to 10 breaths before is how I get started. And then I just start, going into my deep meditation state. And I wanted to read to you what happened after I used that. And I wrote down, I see particles of black, gray, white, purple, and one slither of bright white for a split second to my left. I felt my mind transcend to a monk in Tibet, the Himalayan mountains, high above, into the clouds. I felt that I was in the cosmos with Shiva. As I moved my arms, it was as if my arms were the particles. And as I meditated, I could see clear, even though it was dark. The movement of my arms were like the particles, moving like a dance, and Shiva came to my thoughts. As I moved my crystals to place it on my heart from my forehead, I then saw the monk I was communicating with. I was communicating with him, not directly, but we were crossing paths in the same meditative state. But we looked at each other and we both knew we were one in the same. I then started praying, and I felt as if my prayers and meditations were being channeled through him. The picture to the left is who I saw in this state. And I drew a picture of this person that I saw in this state. See this guy? That's who I saw. That was the monk. It was just like that. There was no eyelids, no nothing. It was just a dark thing in the eyes. It was just like hollow. But that was the image that I saw after meditation, or during the meditation. But it was weird because in that meditative state, I was just seeing these hues of purple and silvery gray and light, particles. And when I do my meditation, as I'm doing it, I'm moving my arms a certain way, and I'm washing away the things that I feel are in my body that I need to get out, and these whatever negativity I have, and as it's dark, I got my eyes closed, but I know what movement I'm doing with my arms, and as I'm doing that, I could see them. I could see my arms, but it's like this particles of dust instead of the arms. I mean, it was the shape of my arms, but just these particles of dust, and they were like purple hued. And man, it was in one instant to the left, when there was a little part that just opened up, like everything was all dark with these particles, and then this little slither opened up, and it just shot this bright light, and it was I just got this sense of I was in some sort of matrix in the cosmos, in a sense, like I was out there. You know what I mean? I felt like I was traveling out there, and I could feel my body weight just heavy, but I could feel my heart and my mind transcend, if you will. And man, that was the first time I've ever had an experience like that in my meditation, and using this crystal here. And man, it was just powerful that it was. And I don't know. I know that it after I did that, I had no more pain. I know that. No more pain in my mouth. The pain was gone completely. And I just felt this sense of rejuvenation, in a sense. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It was just it was kind of cool that I've never felt that in my meditative state before. And usually I'm meditating to a flame or to some waves. I got the waves on the monitor, and I'm watching the waves, or I'm watching a flame. And so this time, I was lying down, and I wasn't sitting up or in any pose or anything. I just lying down, and I got into this deep meditative state, and man, I really felt that I transcended, and I really felt that I was like one with whatever was out there. You know what I mean? And for some reason, this person, that just popped in my mind was this monk. And I don't know why that popped in my mind, but it did. And I felt that I was going and going and going and going, and I ran into this person. I could see the person. I could see him like hovered above me, but I knew that he was moving past. He was on a journey too. But I know that we noticed each other. You know what I mean? Because I vividly remember seeing the person, just seeing the eyes and making that connection. And when I did, I could just feel my body I just felt like I just just went up. And I just see nothing but purple and black and silvery white particles. You know what I mean? But it was freaking an amazing freaking meditative, little thing that I was doing there. That it lasted, like I said, about 45 minutes or so. And I could remember when I was coming back, I concentrated on my breath work, and I do a certain thing where I rub my hands together, and then I place them on my eyelids and kind of shove one press down on my nostril with the palm of my hand as I'm covering the eyelid, and I hold one and breathe through the other, and then I do the same thing on the other side, and then I do with both nostrils. I breathe in and then breathe out through my mouth, and that's how I come back to my present state. And man, I felt when I lift my hands up off my eyes, man, everything is just so clear. You know what I mean? Everything, I can see everything, I can feel, I can still see the particles, and just everything in the room is particles to me. That's how it looks, and it's just amazing. It's amazing that you can see this stuff. You know what I mean? And just the energy with the crystal, meditating with the crystals, was just like 10 times more intense than just meditating, watching the waves or watching a flame. I don't know why it was, but man, it was an awesome experience. And yeah, I definitely recommend that, because I felt great. You know what I mean? And I really felt great. I felt connected spiritually to myself, to my higher power, to whatever's out there. You know what I mean? I really felt like I was one in the same with whatever I'm looking at, or whatever that I'm thinking, and it just it's an amazing feeling. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and let you guys in on that part of meditating. And I believe that it's one of the things that we have to connect with. You know what I mean? I think meditating is connecting one with oneself, with the connection between your brain and your heart. It's that in between part. You know what I mean? Because thinking and feeling it in your heart it's not like a tangible thing that you can grab or whatever, but it's tangible in the sense that you can almost feel yourself intertwined in it. It's like these I don't know how to explain it, but it's like these waves of communication, in a sense, that you feel it come together, and it just gives you this feeling that that you're in sync, and that that you're not only in sync with yourself, but with whatever's out there. You know what I mean? Whether it's the frequencies of the earth, the electric, the magnetic fields, whether it's higher power, that spiritual being, it's something but I know that it's something that is real, and that it's tangible in that sense. And it was just a great feeling, man. And I really, really recommend you guys doing it. And you know, I don't know why I chose these crystals to do it with, because I got other, you know, rocks and crystals that I've collected throughout the years, but this one for me was one that I've been, you know, me and this thing right here, you believe it or not, when I first got it, it was years ago, and then I didn't remember what I did with it or what happened to it, and lo and behold, I had left it with my daughter, and matter of fact, I had gave her a few, and then when she moved back with me, when we moved into the place where we live at now, she's like, Dad, here, I got something for you. And she gave me this little purse that had all these little rocks and crystals in it. And now she goes, here, I want you to have these back. And this was in there. And I was like, man, I said, I didn't remember. You know what I mean? I didn't remember that I had, you know, gave these to you. And it was just amazing for me to connect back with this thing because I really liked it. You know, I can remember when I first got it, I just thought it was amazing. Man, I looked at this thing for hours. But this is a beautiful freaking, you know, crystal. It's freaking awesome. Look at that thing. It's huge. The way it's shaped. I mean, I just sensed that it was this, you know, back here you could see where it has this engraving here, kind of like where they had this was probably where they had that whatever handle was on there, and then these little grooves on this side, see that? These little grooves are probably where they tied a vine or whatever to hold it in place, and they could just tomahawk this sucker. So yeah, this is a great freaking stone, man. I think it's freaking awesome. But this is the one I used, but it gave me man, even holding it right here, the energy, I could feel the energy in my hand. It's like it's this electric freaking energy, and it's freaking awesome. I think it knows I'm talking about it, so it's probably, that's why it's letting a lot of energy out. Just letting me know to stop, probably. But you know, it's funny because I communicate with those things. You know what I mean? It's great though. For those of you who meditate and enjoy rocks and crystals, you know what I'm talking about. They have energies. You know what I mean? And it's awesome. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys today, man, since it was my first day back since my whole surgery in my mouth, man. I was just like, man, this is terrible, boy. I was just hurting. But, you know, luckily, you know, that I had this right here in my recovery arsenal, man, that really helped me out. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, man, to see what you guys think about that. Maybe, you know, something that you use in your journey of recovery and everyday life, you know what I mean? Just to pause and meditate and come to one with yourself and with your higher power, and know that, you know, when you do that, it gets you on the right track to stay on that road of recovery and positivity and spirituality, man. So thank you all, man, for tuning in again. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, man. I really do. And I just want to, at this time, if you would, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, shoot me a comment. And if you would, please, man, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, because, you know, when you hit that subscribe button, you're helping out another veteran, another person dealing with homelessness, another person dealing with addiction, another person dealing with PTSDs, childhood traumatic experiences, depression, anger, suicidal issues, man. You help with people like that all day long if you subscribe to my channel, because I've dealt with those things, man, in one point in time in my life. And that's why I do this video podcast, to just, you know, share the message to the addict who still suffers, and anybody in the struggle, that we can hopefully these messages, you know, get to somebody who needs it, and that we can, you know, bring another person on board to this side of recovery and positivity and spirituality, man, because life's great, man. Life's too short to waste it on negativity. And Yeah, so again, thank you for watching my podcast, man. I really, really appreciate you guys, and it's glad to be back. So, yeah, I guess until the next time, man, on When the Smoke Clears, I am the Recovery Plug.